Greetings, and we're going to look at a new feature of your TI Nspire CX2, just kind of focused on how we can use this from Google Classroom. So I'm in awesome class right now. I'm going to go to classwork, and I have this section called TI Connect. At the top is the material that takes us to the link for TI Nspire CX2 Connect. And when I get there, it says, hey, let's get started. So I have my TI Nspire CX2, I have my charging wire, it's connected to my Chromebook, and I'm going to connect that right now and press connect. When I've done that, it's going to connect, and it might take a second, and it says, oh, these are my options. So I can look at my OS update, my file transfer, my screen capture. Let's go ahead and look at my OS update. So you don't have to update your calculator very often. So this is just something that I'm showing you for this time. But if my calculator was not updated, it would ask me to prompt my calculator to update. I'm going to go back and click on TI Nspire CX2 to get all three. And then what are my other options? Probably the most important thing here is capture screen. So when I'm capturing my screen here, what I'm doing is I'm going to hit this button for capture screen, and it's going to show me exactly what is on my calculator. So I have basically just my home screen up. I just clicked on my calculator and I hit capture screen again. I can go ahead and add a calculator or add a graph. And then I can see that I chose to add a graph, and I'm going to go ahead and graph the sine of 3x just for fun. And you can see that I'm doing all of these things right now. Now, what do I want to do with that? Well, I can copy these screens and put them in any document I want. I can download them to a downloads folder, or I can save them to my Google Drive. So before we do that, I want to talk about file transfer. So I'm going to go back to Classwork for Awesome Class because I have a file that I would like to get from my Google Drive onto my calculator. So I'm going to click on that file. And so for TI Nspires, the file is a TNS file, and Google's not going to know what to do with it. So it's going to tell me no preview is possible. And it's going to say, would you like to download it? And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to download it. And on my Chromebook, it went to my downloads file. So on your Chromebook, you have a folder called downloads, and you can see that I have already downloaded this earlier today. So it's sitting there a couple times. Plus, I've also downloaded a screenshot. So I have things that can go into this downloads file. I'm going to go back to Connect here, and then I'm going to do the file transfer. And when I do the file transfer, I'm going from the computer to the calculator. So I'm going to click on this one right here to the calculator. And it's on my computer. It's not in my Google Drive, but it could have been in my Google Drive. And I'm going to say, okay, what do I want to go there? So I want this extending exponents to go onto my calculator. And hey, it sent. It's really kind of cool that it just sent. So I could go back to screen capture for you right now, and you can see what's on my calculator. And it says, hey, I received this. What do you want to do with it? And I would like to open it. So I'm going to go ahead and press open. And in this case, it's going to ask me, do you want to save what I was working on? And I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and say no. So I'm just capturing the screen as I'm doing this process from my calculator here. And now I've opened up the file for extending exponents. And what could I do with that? So I created this fake assignment. This fake assignment is in my Google Classroom. It's extending exponents assignment right here. And I'm going to go ahead and open it. And what the assignment says is it says that I'm supposed to go to page 3 right here. And you can kind of tell that I've already done this assignment, but that's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to place the screenshot into this assignment. So it says on page 3.2, the original example is the square root of 36. And we're going to place a screenshot there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this right now so that we don't see that we've already completed this, because it's easy enough to do. And in order to do that, we're going to use Control V. So let's go back to my Connect. And I'm going to go to that page that they told us to, which was 3.2. And this is what page 3.2 looks like. And they want us to turn this into square roots instead of rationals, exponents. And they want me to pick a new square root instead of 36 that's going to work. And so I'm going to pick, let's go with 144. So I'm going to type in 144 and I'm going to press enter and we're going to see what happens. So I'm going to hit capture screen and we can analyze this. We can look at this and the intent is to do a learning objective, but for the purposes of this video, I want to copy the screen. So I've captured the screen. I've followed the directions. So I'm going to hit copy. That's what this button right here. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go back into my assignment. When I go into my assignment, it says place your screenshot below, use Control V. So on my Chromebook, I'm not going to be able to use that right click and all of those other things. But if I hit the Control button on my keypad or my keyboard and V as in Victor, Control V will put this right there for me. And so that is how I can copy and paste and I can edit this. I can make it larger. I can do whatever I want with it. But now I have that particular screenshot from my calculator that I can show my work. I could use this really to go back and forth with tutoring. Like if you're on Connect and you're sharing your screen, you can actually talk about what you did on this piece right here. There's lots of different applications as long as you happen to have a CX2 with that. So again, there's an extension to this assignment, so I'm going to go ahead and do that part. It says on page 3.3, they did the square root of 216, so I'm going to go ahead and go to 3.3 on my Nspire. Really, really quick to capture that right here. I'm going to change it to cube roots instead of that rational exponent. And again, I got this activity from building concepts, and it said it's an 8th grade concept, but man, those rational exponents, I'm not so sure. And so we got these pieces right here. Okay, that's pretty cool. I can see that the cube root of 216 is really 6. And the direction said to change that. So I'm going to click into that cube root there on my handheld. And when I click in on my cube root there, you can see that I have changed it. I'm just going to pick 8 this time as the cube root of 8. And I know that the cube root of 8 is 2. But this will also show me that prime factorization with it. Not sure why there's that extra little 3 right there. But we can see, oh, the 3 is off on that cube root of 8. So we can definitely see how this works right here. And that'll be the end of it.